Sad news today, DC. I was sitting down, just got home from work. I was going to sit down and do a new update of new records received and, a new vinyl in my life update, as I like to do. But right before I left work, I found out that bad news that Hamish Kilgour of the Clean died. He was missing for, I guess, a couple of days. I hadn't heard that. This is a big one for me. I mean, first of all, Hamish was a key part of the Clean with his brother David. And, equally as important as David for the Clean, all three members of the Clean were really equally important. But Hamish was early on the singer of the Clean and a really key person in the development of Flying Nun, the label. And as the drummer, I mean, his style was similar to what the krautrock bands were doing just a few years earlier, in the late 70s. The style of the Clean sort of came together around 1980, 1981. I should show the book. I'll show it in the next video. I just got the book of the first 10 years of Flying Nun, Plastic and Needles. I'll show that in the vinyl update. But his drumming style, having seen them twice, they came to New York about 10 years ago, 2 different times. His drumming style was very much like a motoric kind of style in a sense, and very singular to why those Clean songs are as good as they are, along with David's, psychedelic guitar and his organ. But Hamish, I want to say I met him at a place called Eat Records in Brooklyn, where I bought some of his art, which I cannot find. I've already been looking for it. It's a framed painting of like these psychedelic flower people. I'll have to find it. It's here somewhere. But anyway, the legacy of the Clean has lived on always for me. I mean, I listen to this band all the time, and so I always was wondering if they do another tour. I think they last played the States maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I missed that show. But the most memorable show was at a place called the Cake Shop in Manhattan, a tiny cafe with a venue downstairs. I'm pretty sure it's gone right now. It was on Ludlow or Rivington Street, I forget. But it was awesome. They sounded amazing. Robert Scott, Hamish Kilgour, and David Kilgour. So yeah, he's an important figure. He has other little projects. He did start Bailter Space, but only was in that early lineup for Bailter Space for a little while. I'll show the records I have. I've done a Flying Nun video, which I'll link to at the end here. But we're listening to the Great Unwashed, Clean Out of Our Minds. This isn't a reissue. This is one I've been long trying to get. The Flying Nun original. It's expensive. There's also a 12-inch. But this is right after the Clean decided to call it quits for the first time. And this is kind of a great lo-fi, in the similar vein as Tall Dwarfs. A really good lo-fi duo record with some really good songs on this. Really, if you like Guided by Voices, you'll love Clean Out of Our Minds. I love this song right here. This is Small Girl. Hamish and David, they're sort of switching around. Hamish playing auto harp on a bunch of it, both doing vocals. This is a reissue on Exiled Records. I don't know what the availability of the reissue is, but one of these days I'll get the original. I'll show the other stuff I have. I'll start with the other record I don't think I showed in the Flying Nun video. This is a one-off project by Hamish Kilgour called Cloudcraft. This is his art here. And this is a weird one. It's not incredible, but it's pretty cool. It's sort of like a Sir Richard Bishop kind of thing, an experimental folk record. It's on the Social Music Club. It's a limited run, but this is really cheap. You can get this for like less than $10. So this is Cloudcraft. I don't remember the exact year. Not a ton of information. I don't even think there's an insert, but this is Hamish Kilgour himself. I'm going to be hitting these Clean records pretty hard again. I'm always listening to the Clean, really, whether it's I have a bunch of CDs that I listen to in the car, or if I'm making dinner, I'll do a digital thingy. This was the first compilation, well, compilation it's called. This is the UK pressing of compilation, made after the band, I believe, reformed, and they wanted to compile their early stuff. This does not include all of the EPs, but it includes sort of the best songs, and this is the first thing I ever heard, the CD of it anyway, that really got me hooked on the Clean. It's on Rough Trade, not Flying Nun. Has the labels. This is David Kilgour singing. I'll go into the original EPs. I have to talk about Boodle Boodle Boodle, seminal record, one of the iconic records of Flying Nun. I covered this record a lot in the Flying Nun video. I'll link to it, as I said. Just incredible artwork. The original did not include the comic book. They're pretty rare, but this is the very first pressing of it on the custom Clean Flying Nun labels. I did buy the most recent reissue because I'm a huge fan, number one. Number two, it had a reproduction of the comic book. I gotta get that. So I did keep this hype sticker on. I think it's on gross colored one a little bit. Yeah. Gross. But no, I don't know what happened with Hamish. Details of his passing were not wasn't mentioned. So yeah, this is a reproduction of the original comic book. Boodle Boodle Boodle. It's funny, with a copy of the original I bought, the seller thought the comic book was there. In any case, yeah, we had to sort of have come to a decision on that, but you know, all the artwork by is Chris Knox doing this? Or Chris Knox is a key figure in the development of the Clean, recording the Clean, and obviously a good friend of the band. That's Boodle 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 from 1981. Yeah, the original EP had also a promo like press kit that had like a pop-out design done by Chris Knox. So those are pretty rare, I think. This won't be too long a video. I mean, I just wanted to get this out there. This is the second EP, the original pressing of that. Here we go. Great sounds great. Good sounds good. So-so sounds so-so. Bad sounds bad. Rotten sounds, you guessed it, rotten. There's, this would be, yeah, that's Hamish over here. There he is here. Hamish Kilgour, David Kilgour, Robert Scott. Again, amazing artwork. I love the font. Original Flying Nun labels. All the first pressings of Flying Nun always have the custom labels. The second usually have those pink and yellow labels. The other original, this is the first proper album from 1990, Vehicle, excellent. They were only EPs until then, singles and EPs. This is on Rough Trade 1989. This is not the New Zealand edition. This is, yeah, this is the US copy. There was a US copy of this. There's Hamish in the middle. Excellent. Drawing to a Hole, Big Cat on here is amazing. My favorite song is I Wait Around. And the other record I have, there's more. I have a lot more CDs with the later stuff. Their later albums after Vehicle are good. They're not great. I don't need to have those records. I wouldn't mind, but I have CDs of the rest of the stuff. The records that I have are my favorite ones. This is Oddities, a repressing of this on the 540 label. And this is a bunch of extra stuff, recorded 8082 in Dunedin, New Zealand on Reebok B77. Supplied by the Dead Sea. Original release as a super lo-fi cassette in 82. I think this is the first, actually, yeah, this might be the first vinyl edition, yeah. It was reissued on compact disc in '94. Here's all the flyers. This is awesome. Similar to the Great Unwashed, really. I think this includes stuff, yeah, it's all stuff that didn't make it onto the albums, and so the most experimental stuff is a version of Hamish there, with this fat cat. And a couple other things, and I'll say later. 245s, the very first, this is not an original, the original Tally Ho, incredibly rare with the very early sort of stark black sleeve design, which looks like this. This is a reproduction that Merge did. This is Tally Ho, and point that thing somewhere else, right? Or I think I'm wrong. Platypus, right? Tally Ho. Iconic song, Tally Ho. Included on the compilation EP, which is where I first heard it. And this is like the wraparound. Hamish Kilgour. I didn't even see how old he was. I'll put it in the description. I just wanted to do this quickly. I should have figured it out, I guess. But just died today. Today being December 5th. This is an original copy of Getting Older. This is, I think, the was it second release for a 7-inch? I think I have it. No, second 7-inch, second release, I guess it is. Hamish on the back there. Getting Older, great song. With you're right, scrap, some sort of scrap music they put in Whatever I Do Is Right. Amazing, 1982. So that's it. Rest in peace, Hamish Kilgour. As I said, a pivotal member, important in the history of New Zealand music. I think he's a legend, and I'm sure New Zealanders out there feel that same way. James, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. I mean, I know your thoughts about a lot of the New Zealand music as it is, but Mr. Buttery. But yeah, I just want to get that out there. Huge fan of this band, and it's too bad, really unfortunate. Was hoping that maybe there'd be a tour again, which is what I was really hoping for, because the show I saw was so packed. It was like so packed, and it was one of these where the stage was sort of small. It was hard to get in front, but I was there and in the room with the band, so that's awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna work on recording, if not now, just a little bit later, and you'll probably see tomorrow a new update of new records that I brought home with a lot of insane stuff. So anyway, peace everybody. I'll talk to you soon.